Many voters are already thinking about how they can avoid the polls for August's primary election. Many of them will be filling out absentee ballots to mail out for the first time. Tonight, NBC 26's Eric Krest has what you need to know to make sure your vote is counted.
The lines to cast a vote back in April in Green Bay likely has some thinking about an alternative to showing up in person at the polls come August. And the option of sending in an absentee ballot, well, it's becoming more appealing for many.
We sent out over 3,000 last week to requests that we had on file.
De Pere City Clerk Carrie Danon says back in April, nearly 85% of voters in De Pere mailed in an absentee ballot.
Which was very unusual, but it looks like we're on track to kind of be at that same percentage.
Now in De Pere, less than 10 absentee ballots were rejected in April's election. But for folks doing it for the first time, Danon says it can be confusing and if done incorrectly, rejected.
There are 3 pieces of information on the absentee certificate envelope which we must have in order to count the ballot.
The 3 pieces of information are the voter's signature, the signature of a witness, and the witness's address, and they all have to be printed on the outside of the affidavit envelope. But voters, well, they'll still have to make sure to follow the guidelines for filling out the ballot itself.
If a mistake is made on the ballot, that's not discovered until Election Day.
Danon recommends using a black or blue ballpoint pen to mark your mail-in ballot. And remember that in the primary election, you're voting for candidates from just one party across the board. And if you don't, your ballot could be rejected.
In a partisan primary election, you are allowed to vote for candidates in only one party.
And while some will likely have concerns that their vote won't be counted for a mistake, Danon says one of the best things a concerned voter can do now is request an absentee ballot today and get it in the mail at least a week before the August election. Eric Krest, NBC 26.
Good advice. Thank you, Eric.